Good. All right. Zoltan Man says, Hi Mehran, when you were in the army, was your life ever under threat? If so, how have you dealt with it? Zoltan says, sorry, male 27. Is it South Africa? Is it? Well, when I went to the army, there was no outside threat for us to be under that kind of a threat. But it was an uneasy time as the country was going through changes politically and so on. And eventually it did turn out the government changed, a revolution took place, and of course there were threats that was facing almost anybody and everybody. Things were chaotic, and there were incidents that, yes, there were danger involved, and it was handled. But what happens is, if you keep focusing on what experiences of whatever caliber, danger or this or that, emotional or physical, if you keep thinking about how things were, you will be reinforcing the synaptic neurons that were engaged when such things did happen. And by remembering them constantly, thinking about them, you're enforcing those neurons to keep staying strong and create more bridges and bring it to your forefront of your mind, constantly being a detriment, being an obstacle for you to see things clear as they are, instead of based on what happened before and being affected constantly by what happened before, which means you're living, what you call living would be in the death of the past, because that what happened just no longer exists. It doesn't exist. It was the past. But going into the memory, keep thinking about it, that is what, the thinking about it is what stops you from actually going forward and building new. Because whatever happened to you, or whatever it is that you're referring to, no longer exists. It's new. Everything is new. If you're okay and you've passed that, whatever it was that you went through, then it doesn't exist. There's no threat for you. On that premise, you build positively. You build the way it should be. So the idea is not to keep thinking about how things were. Think about how things are and how you can improve it and what you are involved in and how you can enhance on that. Be with the living, with the now. Be part of the effort, not part of what it was, which stops you from making an effort now, because keeps you occupied with the kind of thinking that went on before and doesn't let you come up with new thinkings. The seed of your thinking will be based on the stuff in the past, which would create a certain emotion, that kind of a thinking. And that kind of emotion brings a certain kind of a behavior, and certain kind of behavior brings a certain kind of, same choices. So that kind of thinking, certain kind of emotions, and brings certain kind of choices, brings certain kind of a behavior, and that behavior ends up bringing certain kind of experiences, which brings certain kind of emotions, which those emotions brings the same kind of thinking. So you're constantly in the past, because the seed of your thinking today is all based on the past. What I want to ask you is, forget about what it was, not by trying to forget it, by simply focusing on what's ahead, what you want to build. Envision something. bring something new into your mind that you want to create, something that is not from your memory, something that you have no experience with it yet. You want to create it, so therefore your vision will help you to seed a new thought. That thought is not based solely on the stuff happened in the past, is not rooted in that. It's something new, exciting for you, and you will be busy with that. Brings to you new emotion, brings to you new choices, brings to you new behavior, brings to you new experiences, and therefore brings to you newer emotions by those experiences and newer thoughts, and you go on from there. Therefore, you won't have to be harnessed to the past. I hope that made sense to you.